Today, I would like to talk about how to actually get rid of self-sabotaging habits. So the habits are actually sitting in our subconscious mind. What does it mean? Most of the time, we are actually on autopilot and using our subconscious mind. We are in our conscious mind about 5% of the time. When we are focusing on something, when we're analyzing, we're setting goals, we're making big decisions. But whenever we are doing things what we've done so many times, we get into subconscious mind and then we are actually on autopilot. So the habits, also with the beliefs and fears and memories, are actually resides in the subconscious mind. So what does it mean? When you actually get some habits from your environment and from your parents, they are actually embodied there. So it's really hard to get rid of them, because if you consciously decide about certain habits, okay, I want to stop this habit, it's really hard to actually stop it right now, right there, because it's not in your conscious level, it's in subconscious level. So you make a conscious decision about, I want to stop that habit, but because it's in the subconscious level, it's not going to happen immediately. Or you have to be extremely determined and consistent and very powerful, being always consciously aware about every action you take to make sure you can actually stop that habit. You can do that, it's possible, but you have to have a very strong mindset for that. But if you are like average people, then most likely you need to start working gradually on your habit to get rid of it. So how do you get rid of an unwanted habit, basically? To help out to not to get into it anymore. For example, if your habit, what you want to get rid of, is eating too much sweets, then don't buy them anymore and don't go to places where people eat them, or you don't get into bakeries or places where they make cakes and or birthdays or stuff like that. So start to limit your meetups with sweets and then you will see that after a while, it takes, usually people say 21 days, but I better like to use the 90 days rule about a habit to get rid of. So that's for sure, then you probably are already got rid of it. So for 90 days, try to actually eliminate those things from the negative habit from your life with certain practices. One is, not to go in close to that. Or for example, there are people who's watching TV before they go to sleep, or it's actually watching news or horror movies or whatever. So it's actually affecting their sleep, the quality of their sleep. So they say, okay, I want to get rid of this watching TV habit in the evening. So the best thing to do is take your television out of your room, out of a bedroom. Don't have a TV in your bedroom. Then you actually won't do that, most likely. Or sometimes you fall asleep in the living room, right? But what I'm saying is, then that would be first thing. Other thing, if you want to get rid of again unhealthy food, and then you want to implement more healthy food, always make a list what food you want to buy in the store. And if you even go to the store and you still buy food which is not on the list, then better to order it. So then you don't actually get into your subconscious mind and buying foods what you shouldn't. Also, if you want to get rid of other things, for example, bad habits such as, what can I say, littering on the street. The most people who's having a bad habit of littering on the street, they are not even aware that it's a bad habit. So might they not gonna actually try to get rid of it? So let me think about other one. So negative habits which keep you stuck is, for example, playing video games instead of, or watching movies on Netflix instead of reading. We all know that when you read more books, then actually you're going to have a much bigger vocabulary and you're going to have a much better way of expressing yourself. And it's going to help you with all kinds of relationships and also with your career. So instead of just watching movies or playing games, then it's better to start reading some books. And it comes now the question like, okay, I'm getting rid of bad negative habits, but I want to replace it with positive habits. And how do I choose positive habits? You can actually look up people who are your role models, and then you can actually see what habits they are following, because most of the time, if they are famous people, you can actually see those. Or read about those on the internet. So if you know what kind of positive habits those successful people are following, then you can actually start implement those instead of what you do right now and you feel they are not healthy or not good for your career or success, you know? So this is what I wanted to explain you today. And I can also help you with this to actually speed up the process of changing your habits through meditation. And why is it possible? Because as I said, the habits are in the subconscious mind. So you can reach the subconscious mind better if you are in a lower brain waves, in a slower brain waves, for example, like when you are in sleep mode. So many people is reaching in theta. I mostly recommend to reach all of these subconscious and unconscious levels through delta brain waves. So how you get into delta brain waves is samadhi meditation or transcendental meditation, what I teach to my clients. And you can also get to know more about this if you actually come to one of my programs or events. You can find all the list below this video, and you can choose one of the events which you like better. Most of the time, I always introduce this meditation. So I would love to see you there in any of those events. And take care, everybody. See you next time.